Welcome to the stage with Celani Dube, another exciting episode as we round off the year, we close off the year, we're beginning the new year for 2026, and there's so many things that have happened throughout the entire year, and eventually we had to find few people. And one of the faces that I'm bringing up next, you're gonna love, but alternatively, before that, go and subscribe on Mitv network, go and follow us on Twitter, on X, on Instagram, on socials, all of them. It's the state with Celani Dube. We're having a very important guest. We've had to get him here. He's our living radio legend. I always say that, you're a living radio legend. Over 30 years of experience, and he's gone from writing books to this. We're going to discuss more of that, and he's now sitting at the helm of commercial radio in the province, and we've got the station manager, Makhosi Khoza. How are you doing, sir?
I'm okay.
How are you doing?
Thank you for the invite. Thank you. We finally made it.
Finally.
I know it was a battle.
100 days I tried to get you here.
No, but 100 is special.
100 is special.
Yes.
It's been 100 days in the office.
Yeah.
How has it been?
You know when they tell you what you'll be up against?
Yes.
And you think they're lying. Every day you see they were not lying, they were telling you the truth. They said, if you're up for a challenge, this is a challenge. So they were not wrong. It's been a challenge, but I think I thrive in challenges.
Absolutely.
So I think every day I wake up, I need to solve something, I need to address something, and that gives me a sense of purpose. So I'm happy I'm here. And I hope my work will speak for itself.
I like that. We'll go more on Rise FM after that. I want us to go a little bit back and just, for somebody who doesn't know who Makhosi is, and maybe if you could tell somebody who's sitting at home and watching who Makhosi is and what was your radio career experience have been?
I'm often asked this question, and my response is normally, how much time do you have? but in a nutshell, Hlabangane, born and raised, one of 4 kids, did my entire schooling Eswatini.
All right. Are you the eldest?
No. A lot of people think that, but it's because my sister, who's the firstborn, Professor Khoza, has been in the States for over 30 years.
Okay, so most people don't even know
her, and they see me, they see my other 2 brothers as well.
All right.
But I grew up loving listening to radio, not wanting to work on radio, but loving the medium of radio because it was just fascinating. It was our internet, it was
movies,
it was everything. But over and above that, I think just more companionship.
Okay.
So radio has always been close to me. Fast forward, I finished my high school, got to varsity, BSc.
Right.
Failed after 4 years. Because I actually I should have started there. Yes, legs. I wanted to be a pilot.
Oh.
So my dad was like, since it's piloting, okay, science, physics, go do a BSc. My career path was different. Mine was I'd do A-levels, go straight to flying school. And he was like, BSc.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wasn't very motivated to study BSc. So I did first year, failed, repeated, passed, did second year, failed, repeated, failed. So after that, the question was, okay, what can we try? Because it doesn't look like BSc is happening. So failing the BSc killed the piloting dream. Plan B was to study law, and the varsity that accepted me was UND. Mandisa Bitanga UKZN.
Yes, I was going to say in Durban.
Yeah, again. So, but it turns out it was a coincidence, and I think that's where you start to see God's hand.
Not where Mary Terrace.
Exactly there.
All right.
I'm one of Mary's products, indirectly.
All right.
So when I say God's hand, it's because Durban is my mom's hometown.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Ngdalong Mam Fukeng, or Lam Fukeng as they would say.
All right.
So I stayed at my grandmother's house for a few months before I could get residence at UKZN.
Right. Okay.
So that is actually where the love for radio was reignited, because I joined the campus station, Durban Youth Radio.
Oh!
People started hearing me.
That was huge.
Yes. It was in terms of what my impact or what I was able to do while I was there.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I keep saying it depends how much time you have, because that's just a chapter on its own.
It's a chapter on its own, yes.
But the long story short is that I then was instrumental in Durban Youth Radio getting a license for a year.
Yeah.
So I said before what was called the IBA.
Yes.
So IBA gave birth to ICASA.
Okay.
So we had to make a presentation to get the license. I was the voiceover artist. I became the program manager, and just
sorry. With you Durban Youth Radio?
Yes.
Was it the same time with YFM? I'm just trying to see.
Durban Youth Radio, the license
after?
was. I'll tell you now. It was before. Before. Before.
Oh, nice.
A couple of years before.
Because I was listening while I was in varsity. I was listening to Durban Youth Radio, but I didn't know where it came from.
Yes.
Okay.
So community campus radio station. People heard me on radio in the dining halls and said I should take this thing further. I was like, no, guys, this is a hobby.
I'm coming to do law.
I'm coming to do law. Long story short, completed my law degree, but by the time I completed my law degree, I joined a station called Capital Radio.
Okay.
Which was broadcasting from Durban South Beach.
Yes.
So that's where I met Kenny Maestri, Ravi Naidu, who's now program manager at Jacaranda. I met Lloyd Marjorie.
Was Ravi not at East Coast? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. He was at Highveld,
right?
Then joined Jacaranda.
Okay.
I met Lloyd, who is now the founder and MD at Hot 1027.
Okay.
I met Andrew Bloom. I met Alan Khan, who at some point was MD at Jacaranda. Met lots and lots of personalities. Just Ice.
Oh, okay.
I met Just Ice there. In fact, what happened was before the station was shut down, Kenny Macy did 3 to 6 after the drive. Then 6 to 7 there was a sports show. 7 to 10 was Just Ice. I did 10 p.m. to 1 a.m.
Oh my, graveyards. Not graveyards, but it was
Yes, late night
radio.
Yeah, so that is where I started. And you'll stop me because I'm a radio person, I'll keep going. So I was then at Capital for about 3 years. They shut the station down the day before my birthday, 1996.
You wouldn't
November
forget
29.
that one.
No. So I was jobless for a year and then had to start afresh at East Coast Radio.
Yes.
East Coast Radio, I joined November 97.
Sure.
I was there for 9 years. I was headhunted to be program manager at Gagas. So I was the first program manager.
At Gagas now?
Yes, very first.
So you now coming back to Gagas was the second time?
Second or third, at least twice.
When we come back, we talk more with Makhosi Khoza right here on the stage.
The soul of BMW. Where will you find it?
Please go and subscribe on Mitv network. Follow us on all social media networks and like, share, comment right here on the stage with Celani Dube. Welcome back on the stage with Celani Dube, and we are talking to the station manager of Rise FM, Makhosi Khoza. And you were telling us your history. You had just said you were at Capital Radio, right?
Yep.
And after Capital, you went to East Coast. No, Gagas.
Capital, East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast, Gagas. So that was my first management role.
Okay.
Yeah, at Gagas.
How do you then move to 702?
702, well, I got fired at East Coast, but that's a story for another day. Well, fired in the radio sense is when your contract is not renewed.
It's not renewed, yeah.
So, I was at Kakasi,
right,
program manager. Then I resigned after 1.5 years, became afternoon drive host.
Yes.
From Kakasi, I then joined the Radio 2000.
Oh, you went to Radio 2000?
Radio 2000, followed ICE there. And there for like 9 months, because there's a deal that I was promised, it didn't work out. And then I came back to Gagas.
Yeah.
So that was the second time.
Okay.
So when I came back the second time, I did afternoon drive. After afternoon drive, I went back to East Coast.
Yeah.
From East Coast, I think I spent about 4 years. And then they didn't renew my contract. Then I think I was jobless for about 6 months. And then 702 opportunity came. 702 opportunity comes, and after about 6 months, I got a call from Ferdinand Mapalane.
Yes.
who wanted me to do breakfast at Rise.
Oh.
So my first time at Rise was doing breakfast.
Yes.
And then after a year, a young man you may not know called DJ Spoo
Right.
was brought in to do breakfast. So I then was moved from breakfast to afternoon drive.
Okay.
So I did a year of drive. After that, I then moved to Vuma.
Oh, yes.
So Vuma, I did breakfast there for about 2 years.
This is still under Ferdinand. This is late.
Rise was Ferdinand.
Yes.
Then I moved to Vuma.
But it was somebody else.
Pearl Sokolo, who was my first first station manager at Gagas.
Yeah.
So when I say it's a very small world.
Yeah.
So then we get to Vuma, doing breakfast for 2 years. And that's when I hung up my mic, 2019. I joined Gagasi for the third time. There as an on-air talent specialist, which means I was working with the program manager.
Yes.
There, I then, after the year, was promoted to be the program manager, or as they call it now, the content specialist.
Yes.
And I was there until I resigned November 2022. And then I consulted for a number of stations, including...
This way now you're writing a book when you're consulting.
Yes.
Okay.
So during that time, I consulted for stations like EBIS, which is Eswatini Broadcast Information Services.
Yes.
Which is the public broadcaster, for those who don't know.
It's like SABC.
Yes.
Okay.
So Lapogn is Swati and there's English.
Oh. Okay.
So I workshopped them. I workshopped Nkosi, a number of community stations, online, etc. And that's where I got the opportunity to write the book.
So what's the book called?
So there's 3.
Yeah.
The first one was Ngizolalela Emsakazweni.
Okay. Is it in Swati?
No, it's in English.
Okay.
But it's if you understand or have experienced that kind of radio, where literally what happens is when you call somebody and then you say, Ngizolalela Emsakazweni, because you want to hear them speak about you.
No, you just want the airtime is little.
That too.
Okay.
So Ngizolalela Emsakazweni is literally just a life story.
All right.
So the kind of story I touched on in terms of so it's a mixture of radio and personal life. So it's your challenges. My journey, basically.
Okay.
So that was the memoir. The second one was specifically aimed at radio. It's called The A to Z of Radio Content Creation.
All right.
So if you're a practitioner in the radio industry, manager, presenter, marketing, or just want to know what radio people should be doing when it comes to content.
So the radio science of that.
Basically.
Okay.
Then the last one I co-wrote, and that's about the work challenges that people experience or should know. It's almost like, when people write books about the things I wish I knew before I got married.
Oh.
It's the same thing, the things I wish I knew about corporate life in South Africa before I started working.
The devil wears Prada. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so how are they doing the books?
They're doing well, but I never got into it to sell. I got into it because I realized that when I looked back at my radio career at that point in time, I had been on radio for 21 years. I was like, 21, you come of age. You've walked a certain path. Maybe you can share the stories. Somebody will benefit. That's the first one. The second thing is I did a couple of workshops before writing the book and discovered that there's something powerful in being called an author.
Yes.
Because people look at you different if you do something you've written about, because you become an authority.
You've penned something down.
You need to understand. So a book helps you do better what it is you're already doing.
Maybe for somebody who's at home who wants to be in the radio space.
Yes.
And they're asking themselves, what are those things that one can say, I need to learn before or I get into the radio industry? Or somebody who's in the radio industry said, I need to unlearn these things.
Well, the first thing is that you need to learn that you're always learning.
Okay.
So you need to be teachable, because radio evolves like lots of industries. Radio is under challenges, like every industry. So you can't come to radio now with the mindset of somebody who did radio 20 years ago.
Oh,
because
no.
it is very, very, very different.
Okay, yes.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is that radio is consumed differently in different platforms. Not everybody consumes radio live. Some people consume via podcasts. And social media is now competing with the radio in the traditional form. So you need to be teachable, it's not just about the voice, it's about your personality, it's about, are you in the spaces where people are? Because people are in multiple spaces now.
Absolutely, yeah.
Before it's either you listen to radio, you read a newspaper, or you watch TV. Now you can do everything on your phone. And music is not the only thing that separates radio from anything else. You can consume radio in many ways, so you can't rely on that. So the demands on the radio as a profession are similarly different on the demands of a radio presenter of 2026 as opposed to 2006.
Okay.
So be teachable.
Be teachable.
Yeah.
I like that. And then two, what can somebody unlearn? Because I think when I'm talking about unlearning, a lot of people or in radio space is that when it's radio time, I call it radio season, when its contracts are inside, a lot of people mess up. They mess up until their contracts are not renewed. What can people unlearn in that sense?
I think the first thing is to get a reality in terms of, we grew up listening to our own idols on radio.
Okay.
And we're like, oh, I grew up listening to Linda Spear, Bob Mabena, and who's who, right? And then when you mature in the industry, you discover that they are only there by contract. It's not a permanent thing.
Yeah.
So that's the first hard lesson. People think you give up radio when you're tired of it. That's not the case. It's about if you are in line with the station's direction at the particular point in time. Right? So that's why being relevant and keeping up to date with the trends is very, very important. I remember I did a workshop a few years ago, and this particular presenter was a community station presenter.
Right.
He refused to embrace Facebook. He's like, no, radio to me is and always will be the mic. And these are the kind of people I'm saying get left behind. Social media now demands that you allow people into your space. You can no longer hide behind the mic. So if you're a person who's shy,
it's not going to work.
Because it's invasive by nature, right? And also understand that if you don't invest in your craft, where the world is moving, an potential advertiser,
yes,
would rather go to an influencer. Because the original influencers were people either in radio, print, or TV.
Yes.
Now anybody can become famous just on TikTok or any social media
content.
platform.
Yeah.
So know that you are competing with those things, and those people who trend and get eyeballs don't have to have a talent.
Yeah.
Because we are in the attention space, attention economy. So you need to draw the attention to yourself. So your personality has to be a lot bigger than what it was before.
Will Smith taught me this thing. He says there used to be a movie night. He was a movie star. No one needed to see him.
Yeah.
And they needed to go to a movie to see him on a specific night, whether it's an opening box office or something.
Yeah.
But now, if you're not seen, nobody will come and see your movies.
Indeed. In fact, I also grew up in that era where, because I grew up very shy, I loved what's so one thing is the anonymity that came with radio, and that you could get there, create this persona, and then walk the streets, and people don't know what you look like. They just hear your voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it goes back to the point I just said.
16 years.
Yeah. Oh, Muhlelo dlula bonke abantu emhlabeni. KC. So, and unfortunately now, if you're uncomfortable with being uncomfortable, then it's an uncomfortable position for you to want to be on radio.
Absolutely, yeah.
So the personality's got to be bigger. The permission for people to invade your space, it's got to be an open book. Because now you find situations whereby, for example, the advertisers say, I want you to take this home, I want you to drink it and tell us how nice it is, what's your experience with it. So if you can't do those things, there's a problem. So hence I keep saying, you need to up the skills level of anybody in radio right now.
When we come back, we talk to Makhosi Khoza. He's the station manager of Rise FM, and we talk about Rise FM.
The soul of BMW. Where will you find it?
Please go and subscribe on Mitv network. Follow us on all social media networks, and like, share, comment right here on The State with Celani Dube. Welcome back on the stage with Celani Dube, and we are rounding off, and time just flies talking to legends. They tell you all the history and you have to squeeze it. I think the show needs to be 2 hours or something.
I told you.
Now, Makhosi, you've just came back to Rise. I want us to delve with, you've just finished 100 days in the office, and I want us to talk more on one, how did you get to Rise, and what has been the journey now in the past 100 days?
So I was telling you during the break that I'm going to tell you something funny.
Yes.
And that is, it still is almost a dream when people say, there's the station manager. And I'm like, me. Because for me, I'm not big on titles.
Yes.
But I'm big on purpose.
Yes.
And I truly believe I'm here to complete a certain purpose and a task. And I'm not boasting, but I think, you know, when the moment arrives, the person arrives. So I bring a particular unique set of skills, which I think align with what is required for us to get to where we should be. But let me just answer backwards. So you asked how I got here. I didn't want to be here. In the sense that I didn't know that I could be here.
Okay.
What am I talking about? I literally, when I saw the advert about the vacancy for station manager position, and the acting station manager at the time was JT.
Right.
So when I left Rise, she was doing, I don't know what show she was doing, but yeah, she was on the lineup. So you know, we were close. So when I saw her in the acting, I assumed she'd get the
absolutely,
so
yes.
why bother? To the point that a couple of months after she got the job, there was a vacancy for a marketing manager position. And then a friend of mine needed a marketing job and was like, hey, fish lom code. So I'm like, hey, JT, so I was forwarding.
Yes.
Like, no problem. Then, you know the problem with having friends? Friends always want you to do better.
Absolutely. And they know your potential.
Because they see things in you can't see in yourself.
All right.
Or refuse to acknowledge. Or things you grapple with. Or things you might think are out of reach.
Absolutely.
And they say, this is perfect for you. So a number of people are saying, hey, vacancy. I'm like, no, man, and they're like, so long story short, I was like, just to get people off my back, let me just send it in and just what happens.
Yes.
Lo and behold, I was shortlisted. How? Okay. Then I started preparing. So, but me, when I prepare, I over-prepare. And I also came with the mentality that, you know what, I'll do my best, such that even if I'm not chosen, I'd have put my all into it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And not to fault myself. But long story short, I think there were about 4 or 5 rounds of interviews.
Yeah.
And it was quite strenuous. It included a sit down with the CEO. And at some point, I think my second interview, I thought, disaster. I literally called my mom and like, So I think I put a compelling case, and then I got offered the opportunity.
All right. Now you come into the station. It hasn't been heading ahead per se for some time.
Yep.
And then you with all your press release, you've been saying, I'm awakening a sleeping giant. What is this all about? And maybe if you can take us into your thinking of what do you mean by I'm waking up a sleeping giant?
So on paper, I think you quite rightly said, and it's funny when you said it kind of registered. You said heading commercial radio in Mpumalanga.
Yes.
And I missed that because I was like, actually, you've got a point. And the point being, there is only one commercial station in the entire province.
Absolutely.
And that's us, or one that speaks to the entire province, and that's us. So in a sense, I am the face of commercial radio in Mpumalanga. We are not doing as well as one would expect. we can unpack the reasoning. But my thing is on paper, this station should be flying, it should be selling itself, there shouldn't be hurdles, there shouldn't be a turnover in terms of management.
Yes.
Everybody should know it, the brand should be healthy, people should be knocking down our door saying, please, can we advertise, can we be part of the brand? And that isn't happening to the level that it should be.
Absolutely.
Hence, I'm saying this giant needs to wake up, because you can't have a platform that allows you to touch absolutely every corner of Mpumalanga. And by extension, given that we're also in the global space, through apps and social media, etc., we are bordering 2 countries and multiple provinces. And I do know for a fact that when I cross the border to Eswatini, you can't pick up the station. And I then ask myself the question, like, why isn't the brand as big as it could be? Because if we are the face of commercial radio in Mpumalanga, we are not. It doesn't translate yet.
You should be coining it.
Exactly. So hence I'm saying this giant needs to get up and take its rightful place.
All right. Now, from a strategic point of view, I know you're a strategy person. In hindsight, looking at your 100 days and saying, what do you want to achieve in the next year or so? I don't want to say, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Is this another interview?
I don't want to do an interview.
Yeah.
In 2026, Rise FM would be a teenager, I think 13 years, right? A teenager starts to behave in a certain way. A teenager starts to ukhupha, in a good way, in a bad way. So it needs really serious guidance, because it develops character. Which character do you think Rise FM needs to adopt, and which one needs to let go?
So I've spoken about what my vision is.
Yes.
And that vision is to disrupt the marketplace such that we get the attention.
You've already disrupted. Which one? You've taken guys from Likwala.
We're not done. And as I said in the press briefing, more people from Likwala could have joined.
Others are even knocking.
Oh yes, hard. But as babita ngabo makhelwane, so it's fine. We have that relationship.
Okay.
So the disruption is not done, because you can't then say, because you invited one of their presenters to join it, I'm not done. Disruption is far from over.
Yeah, exactly.
Because disruption is a posture, it's a mindset. And it should seep into every facet of the organization. So when you do something, you need to get people's attention. If it isn't getting attention, then you're not quite ticking the box I'd like you to tick.
Okay.
So we are not done in terms of disruption, by far. We have started, but it was necessary that the disruption that I'm talking about be a visible and tangible one.
Absolutely.
And why I had to start with the lineup. In fact, I was speaking to somebody a couple of weeks ago who then said, introduction of Zeal is a good thing, but they prefer them in the afternoon.
You prefer them?
And I was like, the fact that he's not there is already a disruption.
Absolutely is.
So it's working for me. So the disruption is necessary. The amplification is simply a matter of, like, there are definitely some things that we have been doing right, but I think we have not been shouting and beating ourselves on the chest to say, look at us, we've done amazing things. It's not always the big things that you need to claim victories for, because we are claiming all victories, big and small.
Absolutely, yeah.
So that posture is going to continue into the new year. That posture is about getting our rightful place. I think we are there, but sometimes we underestimate ourselves. And we also want to speak to those who think we are overestimating ourselves, to say, no, we're not being arrogant, we're being confident. So the positioning is the same, the posture is the same. We needed in the first 100 days to look internally. And internally, you look at things like, what are our structures? Do we have the right people? What are the processes? Are the processes being followed? Are they being followed consistently? Are they ad hoc? Do the processes exist? And then once you do that, you can then take that to prepare yourself for what's outside there. So you look at what you like internally.
Yes.
And then you look at your ability, And then lastly, look at your agility. Because looking at what the market wants is one thing. That will expose the gap between what you have and what it needs. Hence, I'm calling it agility. Are we able to adapt to what the market demands are?
I like how you're looking at it, because we always want to unpack what the captain of industry is thinking and where they want to drive the brand. And number two, and the vision they look into and seeing if this vision is going to be realistic and it's going to be achievable. You've just finished up, I don't know if you've finished up, but I was following on social media, the Purple campaign.
Yes.
Why the station? Why did you take it that far to change even the branding of the station?
So, where it comes from is a woman, I think it's called Women for Change Initiative,
right?
Where they were saying, you know what, it's this scourge of GBV is a pandemic, and they were pleading that can organizations and people change their logos and the profiles to purple, right, as a sign of support and solidarity. And we did that. And we then decided as a team, why do it for one day? I think the cutoff was 21st. So we actually did it before then and extended it to after. So we changed our logo, which is also ticking the disruption box.
Absolutely.
And
nobody touches the logo, huh?
Ever. And what's interesting is, I don't know whether I can say this to camera. Which camera is focusing on?
It's you. Yeah.
This one.
Yes.
To my bosses, I asked for forgiveness, because if I asked for permission, we know what the answer was going to be. Now, that's also a line of disruption. And it's something I'm trying to get my team, and I said it at our year-end function, I'd rather I get somebody who asks for forgiveness rather than permission, because that person is pushing the boundaries.
Absolutely.
That person wants more for themselves. Anyway, so the 21st came and went. And then a member of my team then said, station manager, do you realize that when the 21st comes and goes, it actually starts 16 days of activism?
Exactly.
What do we do? And I was like, we extend it. And are you sure? I'm like, yes. So there is also something that's in our story of the extent to which we were prepared to go to be in line with something that fits in my vision of disrupting the marketplace.
I think it really showed in Mpumalanga, one, the caring of Rise FM, and two, I think you took it another step when our colleague in the radio space, given Matabele,
yes.
Also, his daughter was murdered. So it all came into a lovely collaboration where a campaign has been driven, an issue has been raised, gender violence is happening, and reality is happening. And I think it's an opportunity that if you had missed it at Rise FM, it was going to be a very big miss.
In fact, Given is a very dear friend to me. So we were going to, because I went, to see him the day before the funeral, to express my condolences. And the manner in which it happened is just beyond tragic, and one is still trying to come to terms with it.
Yeah.
I can only begin to imagine what he's going through. But what a lot of people don't know, remember when I was telling you earlier that friends were badgering me to apply? Given was on the phone from Cape Town for 1.5 hours on a WhatsApp call.
What?
Saying, Makhosi, this thing is yours. Go for it.
Go for it. Wow.
Go for it. Then he was also saying, I did that. I look around, given, kwala kwala.
No way to be found. Kwala kwala disrupted.
Tasted my own medicine.
When we come back, we close with Makhosi Khoza right here on the stage with Celani Dube.
The soul of BMW. Where will you find it?
Please go and subscribe on Mitv Network, follow us on all social media networks, and like, share, comment right here on The State with Celani Dube. Welcome back on The State with Celani Dube. We are talking to the station manager and the commercial radio, Makhosi Khoza. Makhosi, you disrupted the market. You changed the lineup in November.
And the logo.
And the logo. Are you doing another lineup change-up in March?
Well, you never know.
We see.
You know. It's our birthday month.
Yes.
So I have a weird idea, which might be an exclusive for you, maybe. And normally what happens on a birthday, you celebrate yourself. You're speaking about a teenager.
Yes.
And I'm thinking different. Why should we celebrate ourselves instead of celebrating the people who celebrate us?
Okay.
So I'm looking at how can I implement that particular idea. So the celebration may not be a typical celebration. Because for me, you've been to one birthday party, you've been to them all. What can be different? What can stand out? What can be memorable? So I want this particular celebration to be one that has a sort of a legacy. Something where you will always remember how we celebrated that day.
Okay.
And we celebrated it by celebrating somebody other than ourselves. So that is what I'm trying to work out. What does that look like? But just to repeat the point, if you've celebrated yourself, it's always the same. And how will that be different? How is that building, how is that unifying Mbombela? It's almost like the joke about when somebody calls in, hey, Msakati, ngicela ngukufisela banibani happy birthday. The only people who actually enjoy that is the person who gets the birthday wish. Everybody else is just a spectator. So I'm looking at doing something that will leave a legacy. That's all I'm prepared to say at the moment.
Okay. You know why I'm asking about a birthday celebration as well? Because it's still a big thing.
Yeah.
In the province, a birthday celebration. They are same as pageants.
Yes.
They are big in this province. Same as a calendar. It's still big in the province. You can't go on the calendar tour in Joburg. People will laugh at you. So those are still. It's still a province that is rural, yet developing very fast. With 22,000 people on the University of Mpumalanga come next year, you can imagine how much influx of your students are coming in. There's so much that's happening within the province, the developments that are happening. It's going to be a shake, as you say, on what is happening. So I'm looking at, and I was asking this question, in terms of lineup, because the radio season happens in April.
Generally, yes. April the 1st.
April the 1st.
Yeah.
As I was saying, are we doing another lineup change to say now we are aligning to a national lineup change, or are we still going back to that June?
So in a weird sense, it could happen, but it won't. How I will spin this is to say, we're disrupting the market. But the truth is that before station manager was appointed, there was a pause on hiring.
Okay.
There was a pause on lineup changes. So our lineup changed on the 1st of November. So it will run until the 31st of October.
Oh, okay.
So there won't be a lineup change.
Because of contracts and all that.
We might invite guests, but in terms of, we are definitely in 2026 out of step with everybody else, which I think is working for us. Because in any event, I think you need at the very least 6 months to build a new lineup. 18 months, the results will start to speak for themselves.
Okay. Yeah. Now, looking at just the last one, when you're looking at government, how do you want to work with stakeholders and government going forward?
There's a lot that should go into a lineup consideration. Because ultimately, if you hire right, you don't have to fix. Okay? I made the example earlier on about how the type of presenter that you require in 2026 is not the one you required 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
So similarly, I deliberately chose people who could speak to an audience on radio, who can speak to a potential advertiser, who will speak to the government of Mpumalanga in a language the government of Mpumalanga understands, who will speak to the citizens of Mpumalanga in a manner, in a fashion, at a time, and in doses that they understand and can relate to. So I'm quite confident that in the lineup, we're able to relate to government in whatever form the government wants to relate to us with. So I'm confident in my team. It's also just to open the door to say, let's look at what we've been doing well. Let's look at opportunities to do bigger and better. Coincidentally, I think like Bomakhelwane, we are a stone's throw. We're literally just across the road.
Yes.
We're looking forward to partnering with them, because if you look even on our website, our primary goal is to unify Mpumalanga. We are not a source of destruction. We are a unifying source, and we believe that the government, through its messaging, through its initiatives, wants to keep the people of Mpumalanga as unified, speaking with one voice as much as possible. And we want to partner with them because I think ultimately we have the same goals.
I want to, maybe it's the last question of the day. As a father, you've got kids and things like that. So who's your favorite DJ?
Favorite DJ?
Yeah, I mean, you're in the lineup.
Oh, in my lineup? Oh, I thought you were talking about those virtual kids. Sure. I need the wisdom of Solomon. It's like, and you would understand as a parent as well, that all kids bring something special that warms your heart. And they all have different roles. It's like saying to Hugo Bruce, who's your favorite Bafana
Absolutely,
player?
Yeah.
If he counts one player, it's as though the other 10 don't matter. They all matter. But if you really were to push me, I'd say that guy who says good morning in Mpumalanga
is doing a good morning in Mpumalanga.
He's doing a very good morning in Mpumalanga.
Thank you, sir. Now, the last part. What did I want to ask you? There's so many questions I'm trying to
I asked you how much time do you have? Yeah.
I wanted us just to give the last word from a station manager, from programming, from Rise FM, to the listener at home for 2026.
I wish your wish can be like our wish. Disrupt who you need to disrupt. Amplify what you need to amplify. Look to your purpose. Look to your God-given talents. And learn how to network so you can increase your net worth. It sounds like a cliche.
Yes.
But I think use this year as the year of disruption and amplification. Amplify your dreams, demand more from yourself. And it's amazing how when you position yourself differently, people start to look at you differently. And by doing that, you'll attract the people and the processes and the powers that you need to take you to where you want to be.
Makhosi, Khoza, again, thank you very much for coming through. We really appreciate it. Hopefully 2026 becomes a great year for you and your team. And we appreciate that you finally, 100 days are finished. Parliament always like, we want to see your 100 days. So thank you for coming. We really appreciate your time. I know you have to catch a flight, but we really, really appreciate it.
Pleasure's all mine.
Last questions. Chiefs or Pirates? BMW or Mercedes? Remember, we are in the dealership right now.
Oh, this car's amazing.
Yeah, so
all the cars here are amazing.
So which one is it?
I can't even choose. But I'd like you to be my wife.
Okay.
BMW.
I'm closing it there. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.